sandwich.
Yeah, one side's already done.
You're joking me, mate. Shit. It actually is toasting it.
Yeah.
You got cheese in there and onion.
Cheese and onion. Cheese and onion toasted sandwich. Done the carpenter's way.
How do you reckon?
Beautiful.
Give us a taste test.
She's hot. Ooh, nice and melted.
That's melted, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Work alright?
Beautiful. Does, there you go.
Black coffee for me this morning.
There's not much holding in the window. So what I've done is I've screwed a little block up the top so it doesn't fall out.
Oh yeah?
Screwed a block at the bottom so it doesn't fall out. Cut the last two things and get you on the outside.
Yep.
Take the block off the bottom and then together we'll lift it down.
Bloody good, mate.
That's
Yeah.
the theory.
Oh good, another
The
window
glass house.
from the glass house, yeah. We're making use of it.
Yeah.
How far away from that job, mate?
Probably about 5 minutes.
Oh, I'll be around.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. My radishes suck. Look at the size of them, mate.
Oh, that's alright. They still taste good, I bet.
Yeah, they'll taste good, yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Just a bit small.
That's a good one.
Yeah, well, turn it around and see who got to it. Someone's already got to it, look. Turn it around.
Yeah, down there.
Oh, no, that one there's okay. The other big one there. Someone's had a nibble, look.
Oh, yep. You got half a radish. Half a radish.
Yeah, I need to try another way to grow them, I think, like in a glass house or something. Cause,
Yeah.
Hey, do you grow radishes?
No, not this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to grow them as a kid, but I could do
my
better than
parents
that.
grew them all the time.
Me too.
I used to pull them out of the garden when I come home from school and eat them.
Yeah, me too, mate. Yeah, it's good, eh? Yep, I got it, bud.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't want it to go over the top of me, eh?
No, it won't go over the top. You just hold the bottom. I'll hold the top.
I got the bottom, yep. I got the bottom.
Yep. So if you go out that way.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, slow it down.
Yep.
Push your end out a bit. Yep, cool. Oh yeah, just a wee bit of weight there. Not too bad.
Put him down on the ground.
Yeah. He's down, bro.
Yep. There him go.
Yeah. Cool. The other one. Yep. There's a bit of weight in there, eh?
There's a bit of weight in here.
Where to go?
Around the van. Some guy left the bloody door open.
Where you go, Brian? Where you go? Have you got a firearms license to operate that?
No, I don't need to. It's got gas, not shot.
Okay.
My framing gun. Everyone uses them. They're pretty good. But the gas can be cold in the morning sometimes in the winter. And mightn't fire all the time. So then all you really actually have to do is when you drive to work,
Yep.
keep the heater on in the car.
Oh yeah.
So it warms the stuff up.
Yeah, right.
And if the gas is a little bit cold, take it out. And then you... Oh, use the heat gun on it, you know. And then it'll get really hot really fast. So just warm it up a bit, just sometimes, but
Yeah.
keep the gas in there anyway. Usually this is not cold enough actually for this to misfire now. But,
Okay.
you know, often on a cool morning,
Mm.
it's quite possible that it doesn't. But they're pretty good. They've been out for years. I've been using these guns for, it's probably got to be 25 years.
Yeah, right.
25 years.
Yeah.
And we used to have all these jams and problems with them and then I reckon a lot of it was to do with the fact that we just didn't really realise that the gas has a use by date on it.
Yep.
It has a lubricant in it, I believe, and I think that it just must get old.
Yep.
And then if you're saving a gas can from a box of nails that you haven't quite used, so I actually buy nails without gas now.
Right.
Is what I do, and I buy gas when I need it.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my sill flashing on here to hang it over. I'm going to have to just router a little bit out of this weatherboard so I get enough distance, and then the window will sit on that and my head flashing will come down under that top weatherboard. So there'll be a little bit more head flashing exposed than there normally is. I might cut a trim underneath it, but there isn't any need to as far as weatherproofing is concerned. It'll be good. Woo! I reckon there's a knot there.
Yep.
Ooh, she's hard as.
Hard as, yeah.
I'll put a batten screw in there, one of those bugle batten screws.
Yep.
Now if you get a nail which is sticking out too long, all you do is you put a block under it,
Jeez.
break the head off.
Break the head off. That was into something really hard, eh?
That's how good those nails are too, because the this is basically glue.
Yeah, right. So it's glued in.
Yeah, so they're kind of, gun nails are amazing. You'll probably pull the timber off the head of them more than you'll pull them out generally.
Yeah, right.
This is like a glue. The speed of which it goes in, its heat, it makes it hot and it almost melts it on.
Right, and that's what's happened there, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
She's stuck in there. So what?
That's it.
Reciprocating saw, yeah.
Cutting off.
Yep.
When there's a knot, you know.
That's solid.
Notice the difference when it hits my stud.
Yeah.
It just goes straight in.
Yeah.
And I'll put one into there too.
Yeah, one on the skew.
Yeah.
Hard piece of wood.
Yep. 22 volts, 500 Newton meters.
A lot of power.
It spun out, I reckon.
Yeah?
I reckon it did. I'll drill it out.
What do you reckon happened there, Up? Spun out?
Spun out.
Yep. Ooh.
That's the trouble, like I say, when these tips get worn.
Yep.
So what I do is I slice a little bit off
Yep.
with my grinder.
Yep.
As you can see, I can probably get away with doing it about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, right.
And then at the moment, like I say, I've got the guys at one of our local supply companies looking for it, but they go 5mm, 1/2 inch drive, not so common.
Yeah, right.
But it is, because I've got one. I've got 4 of them, so it must be common.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this.
Oh, yep. Just to make a wee countersink. I like your chisel there, Up.
No, I don't want to use my chisel. There's too many nails there.
Yeah. It's a cheap knife.
Any of your Swedish subscribers, like one of them, I saw one of the comments, one of the guys said, is it a Mora knife? It's not, it's a Barco.
Yep.
Barco knife, but I actually learnt to have these on my nail pocket after living in Sweden.
Right.
Because they're just such a useful tool.
Yep.
For everything. And you always end up breaking the tip off it.
Yeah.
But they actually don't cost an arm and a leg to replace. So just have a sharp one and a blunt one.
So you're just putting a countersink in there now,
Yeah, I'm putting a hole in there so that the head's going to be able to bury down. I could use a countersink bit if I wanted to, but there's also about 4 or 5 old nails there too.
Yeah, right.
So it's like the chances of success are slim.
Yeah, right.
I'll get away with that, I reckon.
Get away with that, yeah.
If not, I'll grind the top off it with the grinder.
Yeah, nice job. Well, the glass house is coming on really good. Some of the stuff's seeded, so I'll get some seeds off these guys. I'm not sure what the stuff is. I think it's rocket, but I don't know. And down the far end, I've got the pak choi. I've got these organic radish seeds that were sent to me from King Seeds and Cuddy Cuddy. French breakfast and cherry bow. So I made up these beds last night for seeding stuff. I've got stone, and I've got potting mix, and on top I've got this stuff which is for growing seeds. So I'm just going to put my radishes along on there. As a kid, I used to love planting radishes, but more importantly, I used to love eating them. I'd get a whole bunch, I'd wash them, I'd clean the dirt off the roots, and cut the roots off, and then I would sit up with my salt on my plate, and I would feast away eating radishes, and I'd eat a whole lot. I like the hot flavour of them. So what I do remember is you don't cover them up much, you just have very, very light. And I'm probably going to sow these a little bit sparser than you normally would, because you're supposed to thin them, but I don't like wasting the seeds. And the idea is you want to plant them so you can like harvest them every couple of weeks. So plant maybe enough, you know, for a good feed, and then a fortnight later plant more, so you get that nice sort of abundance of ongoing radishes. Now radishes are a superfood. They're really good for you, high in antioxidants and good munching. They're nice and hot, and they also complement a lot of dishes. You know, you can have them in a salad and that, but me personally, I just like munching on them by themselves because I just love the flavour of radishes. They're expensive in the shops too. They're not cheap for a bunch. I think you're paying like $4 or $5 a bunch. And when you realise the work that goes into growing them, I guess it's understandable. So we're just going to carry on with this here and lightly cover them. Now, I've never grown radishes in a glass house before. I don't know if this is something you should do. I know they need often a cold period for the seed to actually work properly, so this may not work. Don't know, so let me know if you know a little bit more about growing these guys, because yeah, I'm just winging it. All my gardening right now is just winging it. I have been using gloves and a respirator, but today I'm not stirring up everything, and everything's wet, so there's no dust. This is just done with the shovel like that, so I think we're going to be okay. But I have been taking care, and I appreciate everyone's help regarding Legionnaire's disease and steering me in the right direction. I'm not getting it dead perfect all the time, but I think I'm being pretty safe. Always washing my hands after I come out of here, and using a respirator if I'm doing any mix. So this is going to be hopefully a bit more productive than the last radishes I grew, because they weren't very big for the amount, and it's an experiment. Maybe it's too humid in here. You do need a certain amount of heat for seeds to germinate. So there we go, all planted out. That wasn't too much time, and all I'm going to do is just lightly, this has got a serrated edge, and I'm just going to lightly just cover the edge like that, just very, very gently, hardly anything at all, so that row's covered up, just a little bit. I think even if they sat on the surface, they'd probably be okay. I can hear Arb's got the reciprocating saw going on the side again. That man is a beast for working. He's just brilliant. Best builder I've ever known, and I've known quite a few. My dad's been a really good builder. My dad's built boats. If you can build a boat, you can build anything. But you know, Arb, apart from being a very, very good mate, he's just an absolutely good. He's a craftsman. So just covering these guys very lightly. Tell you what I also like is a really hot radish with a little bit of fish, like some sashimi, just to have it with. Yeah, they're all covered now, so that should be pretty good, I reckon. Good job, eh? You stay outside. Good boy. You stay outside. Stay outside. Outside! You're not coming in. Squash my plants. So I've actually ended up planting out 3 boxes, and each one I've labelled it with its name, its botanical name, also the date when it was sown. So the reason I put the date when it's sown is radishes, after too long in the ground, they get quite woody. I like to have them when they're sort of like still crunchy. And what's interesting is the botanical name. Check it out. It's called Radishes sativus. So I'm guessing at some stage somebody thought that radishes tasted like a mixture of ass and marijuana, because that's what that name sounds like to me. What do you think? Did you know that was a name? Radishes sativus. I hope these radishes don't taste like ass, because that would be no good at all, would it? Anyway, that's job done and dusted for the radishes. And the glasshouse is just looking so cool. And I'm glad I took your guys' advice and changed the whole planting around, because getting way more in there. It's like heaps. I'm smashing everything in, and there's still more room to go. I haven't even planted this side down below yet, so it's looking good. Poor old Clay hasn't got a toast making machine, so he's got to use his tools to make his toast.
I could even put nails in it if I wanted to.
Bluefin tuna. I'm going to sashimi this up. That's my lunch today. And check out my cool board. It was made for me by young Spencer. Isn't that awesome? Currently, during Arb's lunch hour, he's using his time wisely to do what, Arbs?
I'm going to buy a Lefroy QA cask whiskey is what I'm buying. They send it to me, and I buy probably maybe 2 bottles of whiskey a year.
Yep.
Strong alcohol, you know, have to treat it with respect.
Yep.
I've got a bit of a problem when it's like I can't have one, I'll have to have 2. So that's why I only buy it twice a year. And when they throw this Lefroy at me, it's a bit like, well, I think I really need to actually...
You need it, mate.
I think so.
Yep.
It's going to be good for my health.
It's not going to be good for your health.
Good for my mind. The feeling of the little glow that comes after and the warmth that falls through you and the
stop. Okay, yeah, stop, bro. Stop, man, stop. I love whiskey. I don't drink beer anymore. I do drink whiskey, and I've been talking about it. I never drink just one shot. I'll have one, and then I'll have another one straight after it, because I just enjoy how it feels and how it smells and how it tastes. And then generally after 2 shots, I'll decide whether I'm going to drink more, and generally I will. So I don't go too light on the bottle when I drink it, but I don't drink it regularly like I used to anymore. I had a shot this weekend because I had a really good hunt I took the young fella out, and that night I had a few shots afterwards when I got home because it was a great hunt, and I just wanted to celebrate that. And I probably won't drink till I catch another decent pig or another decent fish again, or finishes this room. Something's got to be worth celebrating, you know.
Yeah.
So this came from Mark Rudolph, and you can see there's 2 different colours there. The top is actually the flesh without the fat, and the lower line along here is actually the fatty part, which is the sought after part of the bluefin tuna. That's bluefin tuna. Normally I'd have wasabi on the plate, pure wasabi, but I've had a bit of a sensitive stomach the last few days, and I'm just going to have it with, well, I was going to have that base. I'm going to have it with radishes.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually thieving, because he's got his lunch and he's just stolen some of my lunch. But I can't actually blame him. It's pretty good chewing, eh, bro?
Only one. I've only taken one.
You're damn right, you're only taking one. Oh yeah, mate. You munch on your oranges and your bloody apple. I'm gonna have the good tucker, bro. One bit of that tuna is like one whiskey. It's not enough, is it?
That's right.
It's one line of Charlie, man. You've got to have another one. Did I say that out loud? Sorry. I've already just had one piece, and I've got to tell you guys, this is next level sashimi. I don't think it actually does get any better than bluefin, and this is just without the wasabi, and it still tastes really good. Just a bit of soy.
Soy sauce is beautiful.
Oh, it's really good. I'm so grateful for receiving this. The guys at Hunting and Fishing in Petone in Wellington went out and fished this with Mr. I guess I can call him Junkie Jig. His real name is Mark, but he's the guy that gives me Junkie Jigs. And poor old Arb's really got oranges, and I've got sashimi. Poor Arb.
Well, I've had toasted sandwich, you know.
You haven't had toasted? Yep. And you're on your second meal today.
Yep.
This is my meal for the day, so
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. I'm gonna try one of my radishes with it, just for a little bit of heat. If I had ginger, I'd eat that too. Oh, you're right. No, nice, eh?
Yeah, they'll always be good. Yeah.
They taste more earthy than the ones in the shop. Oh, yummy. Still not enough heat. I like the real hot ones, eh? It's hot, but not that hot. Goes with the sashimi. Goes with the bluefin tuna. So now I'm going to try a bit with the high fat content. That's the sort of white stuff, and I'm going to give it plenty of that. It's almost white. I guess that is the oil of the fish, and that's what you want. High in omega-3, but just tastes good. If you're on a ketogenic diet, then this is the food of the gods. Really is. Look at that great big piece, man. It's a big piece of fish. To buy that in the shop, I'd hate to think. They sell it by the 100 grams. They sell these fish for like $50,000 a fish, even $100,000. I've even heard of a fish going for $1 million, believe it or not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's outrageous.
Mm. Oh. Mm.
Just fish one of those and sell it.
Mm. That's my favourite bit. The bit with the fat. That is just divine. Do you want another piece up?
No, not after the fruit and the yogurt.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
That's the way it works. I've got to cut this off, fold a little return up on the end. It'll be 1310. 1410. Well done.
So Arb's taped this all up. He's put the sill in, he's put the tape over top, he's painted it. And right now he's making flashing to go over the sill will be right, Arbs? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, so the flashing goes over there and then the window sits on top of that. So my next little job is to line this because it just sits there and it gets blown out. And I've cut a couple of pieces and hopefully everything's tickety-boo, sits up there all right at the bottom. Not sure if we're going to get it in there. Yes, we are. Nice, that'll do. Gonna put some screws in that. I'm actually going to be going right through the steel with this. That's it there. I've already drilled a hole through here, so it makes it reasonably easy to get through the steel. Get nice and slow, pick it up. Goes tight. And let the other side come right through. We'll just cut that off later on. That'll hold this plastic in. I was just telling Simon about one of the comments I got on my channel. Someone wrote, every time he turns up it makes him feel happy when he sees you. I don't know whether he's picking up on your good vibe or what it is, but some people have that effect, eh? It's cool. How you going, bro?
Yeah,
I'm going to shake you the left hand because the right's a bit sore. How you doing?
Yep, good.
Right, I'm just doing this. I'm putting these surrounds on my glass house so these don't blow out anymore.
Okay, so what I did was I've put the sill flashing down. It's on that sealant again, stainless screws in behind it, and it's taped underneath the flashing, but as well I've taped into the flashing too, so that again the old water above the flashing goes out and any water that gets in below the flashing, which has got nothing, no chance, but anyway, if it gets there it's going out too. So,
Yeah, right, eh?
yeah.
Bloody good.
Yep, now I'm cutting out for the head flashing, and I'm going to have to slide that up underneath and then probably screw through with a couple of stainless screws.
Yep.
And then when we fit the window we'll have to push it up underneath and then push it into position.
Oh, bloody good. Well, thanks, babe.
No worries.
Simon's leaving. So I've got a full bead of wood right around this bit of polycarbonate to hold it in there, up to there. Stop blowing out, and I've done the same on this side as well. And it's just all recycled timber. It's not actually treated, so after a few years it will need replacing. I could paint it, might last a bit longer, but I will get a bit of time out of it, and it'll keep everything from blowing away. We've got the same problem with this end here. There's no wood to hold it in around the outside, so it will just blow out. It has blown out in the past, so I'm going to also put a strip in around these. The side's exactly the same. Leave that on here too. You've got to go that way.
Yep, we'll turn around. Right, now the theory is...
One bit, I better get the inside there.
So we lift it up and put it on those bits of timber.
Oh yeah, I've got, all right.
Yep. Slide it up.
I'm quarter my edge there.
Okay.
Good, yep. So what's it go up further than up the top?
Yep, just lifting out of it.
Yep. Well, your edge is in, mine.
Yeah.
Just going to go in here.
Yep.
You'll just probably come out a little bit, I think.
You can push it. There's plenty of room, so you should be able to.
It's just going to go up further. What's that jamming on the top there? Yeah, it's just about supposed to go up.
You're actually in though, aren't you?
No, I'm not quite. It's in there, but it's on the edge. See that?
Yeah.
It's like your edge has got to come out a little bit.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Don't drop it. See that there?
Yeah.
Your edge needs to come out to line, I think. To line up. Like that. Oh.
Come my way.
Yep. Let's try that. Hold on. Fuck, it's not going to go, man. Just
Give it a wee tap with your palm. It's going.
That's it.
I'll take it out, eh? I'll take it out.
Fuck it, it's just the top there. What if you go on the?
Go in and have
What
a
if
look.
you go up the upside?
Yeah.
And just leave it out a little bit, so we're getting it flush because it's on an angle, it's jamming.
Yeah.
It's in here.
It's in the bottom and all that. If you stabilise it, hold it there.
It's get tight.
Yeah. You can't go back because
Can't
we've
go
been
back. Yeah.
held there.
Or
It's got the bottom in, so you don't have to hold the weight. I'll look first
gonna be
before I
snug. Yeah.
do anything. Okay.
Have a look, yeah.
Well, what I'll do is I'll just get my screws in.
Yep.
My screws in.
Yep.
To hold it.
That looks good, mate.
And then I'll do all the rest tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to get this heavy bit in first.
Yeah. That's gone to nothing, didn't it?
Nah, it's gone into the stud.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's good.
Sweet.
Going anywhere.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah, I thought I needed to be in there tomorrow to start. So
It's crooked, eh?
yeah, it is crooked.
Yeah, we'll get it straight tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. It's level, so it's the actual old hole that's crooked.
It's the old hole it's crooked,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she's quite a bit crooked, eh? Quite a bit out.
Yeah, it's a bit of sag there.
You see she's like,
Yeah, but we're level.
are we, so
Yeah.
we're sitting on a level?
Yeah, we're sitting on our level sill.
Well, that's all that matters, eh?
Yeah.
The rest is all just
Yeah.
stuff around the outside and packing.
I'll put a square thing around it like the other windows have, and then
We've actually picked the same colour as the house by mistake. We didn't even mean to, did we? That's just coincidental.
yeah. Cool.
So that's the window just sitting in roughly, it's not quite straight, and this is not going to be the colour of the house, this is actually the old colour. Just by coincidence it turned out to be the same colour as the frames, but it's going to be in.
Yep.
So another job for tomorrow for arbor screwing, but it's screwed when it can't fall out now, eh
I
bro?
can't fall out, I've got a couple of screws in it.
Yeah, that was heavy.
It was heavy,
Yeah.
that's why I thought we'll do it at the end of the day, not the beginning of the day.
Yeah,
The
right.
beginning of the day is when you pull a muscle.
Yeah. We've been going all day, it's actually not silly.
Cool. That's the end of the day.
Okay, Abs, thanks bud.
No worries.
You leave my chickens, Bigsy. I'm watching you, mate. Yes, I am. Anyway, as you can see, I've got my windows all wooded in there, or my polycarbonate. It's in there, and I've left a gap here because we've got a bit of a glass pane here, so it can't go over that because it would not be flush. So hopefully that there keeps that stuff in, because last time that blew out with the wind. Well, that there's a bit loose still. Should be sweet. Yeah, she's pretty good. Pretty hard for it to blow out now. It's going to tear those screws out. It should be pretty sound. Hook 'em. Hook 'em. Good girl. Down, Po. Not for you, Bigsy. Leave a duck. Go on, away you go. That is my very own broccoli, and my first broccoli. It's a hard case to think that's my old bedroom window, isn't it? Today I lined all of the glass house where the plastic had blown out in the past with wood. Both sides, right around, because these were blown out in the wind. So they're all done. And I also made my glass house more efficient by putting in more beds along here. They are all radishes in those boxes on another tear up. And we're starting to get some seeds off the rocket and also the pak choy at the back. So she's looking pretty good, and I'm stoked with it. Oh, Bigsy's trying to get the paradise ducks. What are you doing, Bigsy? Hey? What you doing, mate? That's not the target species, is it, eh? You leave it. Good boy. He's watching them with great intent. Meanwhile, B and Pace is somewhere down here trying to find a rabbit. Oh, he's just coming out of the thick stuff now. What you doing, eh, Pace? B's down there somewhere too. B, come. There's B coming out now. A couple of little native ducks on our pond. And duck shooting's over, the season's over, and these guys are enjoying just chilling. They'll better have their offspring this year, so that'll be cool. A few ducklings on the pond, more to eat next year. Black coffee with a bit of water. I like cream, but I don't have any cream today. Welcome to another episode of Smoko with Arb. And today's one's a very mellow one. I'm going to drink my black coffee, and Arb's into his sourdough bread with cheese and onion, is it?
Cheese, no, avocado.
Oh yeah?
It looks like some chilli. Like the taste of it.
Oh, it's a nice coffee, and see Bigsy's trying to get a bit of it all too. I just spilt my boiling coffee on Bigsy's head. I was like, holy shit, and he didn't even make a noise. He just like looked at me, so obviously his coat's quite thick. Arb and I have been talking about emotions this morning, and it's one thing that us men are getting better at talking about. Arb and I grew up in a generation where you didn't talk about your emotions at all at school, never. You just didn't. Well, our group probably did a little bit. We're a bit different, eh? We were into surfing, and we probably talked about our emotions because we took substances and discovered things.
And we also surfed because it felt so good too.
It felt good, yeah, but I think the substances we took did open our minds up a little bit. They also made us a bit stupid sometimes, well, me anyway.
We talked a lot.
We talked a lot, yeah. When we ate
everything.
Yeah, we ate a lot too. This morning we're talking about things that have upset us, and recently I got a really, really upset stomach, and I straight away assumed it was the berries I'd eaten. I thought I'd done the wrong ones, and then my mate Simon looked up the berries and says, yes, these can be very poisonous, but actually I think it's been emotional. And I was just saying to Arb this morning, I talked to the nurse the other day when I got my hand bitten by the dog hunting. It's funny, physical pain can sometimes bring out emotional things, eh? It's like a release. Like I had a lot of pain with that. It was only a tiny bite, but it was right in the knuckle joint, and it must have hit a nerve, and it was really excruciating. But she asked how my stomach was, and I said, yeah, no, it's still a bit up and down actually. I'm not feeling too good there. And she said to me, is everything okay emotionally? And I said, yes, it's good. I'm fine. I'm happy, enjoying my work. I'm enjoying having this lovely bit of dirt out here, and the hopes of having my own room that's going to be the first real decent room I've lived in for years, really. Well, I shouldn't say that because the houseboat's got a very good room in it. It's just that it's a wee bit up and down, literally, because as the tide goes up, it's on the beach, half up, not on an angle. But no, it's been really good, I said. And she said, what about your family? And then I said, yeah, good. And then she said to me, didn't you say that, I won't say the person's name, didn't you say such and such wasn't doing very well the other day? And it suddenly dawned upon me, and I thought, shit, I've been carrying this. And I've actually been really, really upset about one of my family members, close family members, I've had a lot of concern for, and it's really affecting me. It's really affecting my stomach. And I didn't even know it. No idea at all. And I think a lot of us, probably more so men than women, a lot of us, we don't even know why we're sick sometimes, and it comes down to emotional things.
Could quite be possible, couldn't it?
Well, I don't know. But
Women talk about it more. They talk it out. We kind of bury it, suppress it a lot of the time, don't we,
We also don't have the same networks women have. As soon as you break up with your partner, suddenly you've got no friends, because you find out that a lot of your friends were actually your girlfriend's friends. I used to find that when I was younger, because I was used to at networking with people and keeping in touch. Women make an effort to have a cup of tea, meet somewhere, have it, and talk about us. How stupid we are.
Well, they talked about other stuff, going for walks and watching.
They talk about everything, man.
TV and books and theatre pieces and everything.
They talk about everything, and don't just think, we always go, us men talk about sex. They talk about that too. It's true. They talk about death. They talk about health. They talk about everything, and that's good. That's healthy.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we'll probably talk more about things than about ourselves.
Well, we are more interested in things, and let's face it, as men, we're more interested in material things like these saws you've got out there, and this bench you got, and all the equipment. I mean, you and I talk about it all the time. We talk about our mountain bikes. We talk about, amongst hunters, we talk about what rifle we're using. Us men are more wired towards mechanical things like that. Gonna switch hands here. So that's the way men are wired, and I know that for a fact. I enjoy the beauty in something mechanical, whereas a lot of women will not really see it, and that's not a downplay of women, because they see other things that we don't see, and they're better at a lot of things. That we're different creatures, and you can get in trouble for talking about it because it's supposed to be equality, but the fact is that we're very, very different. We're so different it's not funny. Totally,
Absolutely. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing, and I think a lot of men today probably are better at coping with stuff or talking about stuff than our generation was,
Well, I don't know, it's apparently it's a lot more complex for younger people now.
Right.
They've got a lot more different pressures. I mean, I didn't care too much about what I wore.
Yeah, right.
I don't really care too much about what I wear now either. Ultimately, I wear what feels comfy.
Yeah.
And well, I see even with young kids now, there's a lot of labels around and stuff, and maybe that's pressure on the parents. Maybe it's not the kids' pressure.
Point, man. Yeah.
But you know, one time I was accused of being a scruff. When I first moved over to Australia and hanging out, living with these people in a youth hostel, and they said we're going out, and they go, "You got a sweatshirt on and a pair of jeans." It's like, God, you're a scruff. And I thought I might go buy some good clothes tomorrow. So I went and bought some clothes to go out in, and it was like,
how'd you feel when you did that? How'd it make you feel?
I put them on. It was like, didn't feel much better, but looked better. I could see, But it was interesting. I keep my clothes for ages, like I'll wear clothes for years, and I've actually, from that time I lived there, which is like 34 years ago, I've still got a pair of pants.
Yeah, mate, I'm the same. I'm a shocker, eh?
They're faded because they're bright orange with black motives all over them. Faded and the pockets ripped and all that. So I just wear them around the house, but they feel good. So that's what I do, I see here, it's a bit different in New Zealand, not so fashion orientated. I see a lot of people still riding bikes that are quite a few years old, and they're good riders. Yeah, and they're having fun. Yeah, right. It's like you don't need to go and upgrade all the time. Arguably, you lose less money if you sell it when it's a year old. There's that sort of attitude towards it. But it's ultimately it's about the fashion thing when it comes down to it. Like there's something new and better. So we didn't have that as much back then. New Zealand was pretty poverty conscious when we were kids. Like people do everything themselves rather than spend money. Absolutely. Your parents, people. I knew guys who tuned up their own car. Yeah, points, oil change.
Look, man, it's only been very, very recently that I've got my car serviced at the service station. I've always done it. I've still done it, and I still do it on the Toyota Land Cruiser but the truck I can't because they plug it into a computer which I don't have. But no, we grew up doing everything ourselves, and you and I used to maintain our own bikes. Arb and I used to go and get bikes from anywhere, and we'd have bits and pieces, and we'd put them all together and make our own sort of BMX before BMX was even a bike. That's right. Arb used to be awesome pulling monos. He'd be up on one wheel doing wheelies down the street forever, endless on one wheel. And we used to do, that was our thrills. We'd be going up and down the hills, jumps. And then we had skateboarding, and then we had surfing. And today now Arb's sort of put all that aside, and he's just gone solid to his mountain bike and still doing the same thing, still carving it up, but in a different way again. But he said, what are you doing up on my knee, mate? This dog, would you? Last night, Arb and I lifted this in. How are you getting on with it, bud?
Yep, it's in there now. And got the head flashing. We had to put it underneath the head flashing, which I managed to get up behind that weatherboard up there. Yep, so that's good. And the sill flashing's down there. I've put in some of that same black DPC that we wrapped around behind the weatherboards before. And I've tucked that in beside the groove. And there's a piece of timber coming hard up behind it from the back side, one of my packers. I'll put a facing over the top of this, And this is just the outside protection, but it's all got all this drip tray and everything all in behind it, so that any water that gets behind there still comes out. This is part of the outside protection.
It's awesome, eh?
Yep.
Double glazed windows.
Yep, double glazed casements.
Yeah.
Nice, smooth action. They don't blow anywhere with the wind because they're a friction casement stay, so the wind's not going to blow them closed or anything. And if you got a northerly wind, you close that one a bit and it scoops the wind in. And if you got a southerly wind in the summer, then you close that one and it scoops the wind in too. So
Great, eh?
beautiful. Casement windows are good. Often when you're double glazing, they give you a awning window which opens from the top.
Righto.
Because it doesn't twist on it, you know, and it doesn't sag.
Yeah.
And when they did our house, we had retrofit double glazing. We had casement windows,
Yep.
and they said to us, oh, we want awning, want to put awning in.
Right.
And I said, oh, I really like casements because they scoop the weather up. And they said with a retrofit, I presume they get the sashes made up in Christchurch or whatever. I would have thought they'd have a corner piece in them, is usually what they do. They have a plastic corner piece, join it together,
Yeah, right.
pop rivet it so it shouldn't sag, and then they put a block on the glass down the bottom here, one up the top. It's called heel and toe in it, so it doesn't sag as well. So
Right.
it means the glass becomes a brace basically for the window.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to do it at all, so we have awning windows which go out
Right.
like that. I mean, it's a bit of the same sort of thing, but these certainly scoop more wind in, you know.
Right. What goes on around the outside of the window?
Facing goes around the
Facing?
outside.
Yep.
And then I'll put a sill. The old windows had a big dummy sill on it.
Yep.
Or a dummy sill, a real sill.
Yep.
It was a bit irrelevant because it does make the water from in the old days fall out, but a lot of it got underneath, you know. 'Cause it got
Yeah.
behind
Yeah,
it.
we saw that.
Yeah, so I'm going to make a sort of sill facade which will be cleared to allow this to drain, and
Right.
also to allow that to drain, so it'll have openings in the back of it.
Right. Gotcha.
It'll just be routed or something.
So will it be more for cosmetic reasons?
Yeah, it is. Yep, and it's also because, you know, this whole, once we pulled that window all out, the weatherboards were a lot shorter
Yeah.
than the opening and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
So it seals it. I'm going to do the proper doors as well.
These weatherboards aren't bad, and what I'm thinking of is we'll sand them and maybe touch them up and bring them up to something a similar colour of this, because this is obviously cedar and that's pine, but I think
Yeah.
we'll paint it so it's of similar, because I can't afford to put cedar through the whole house.
No.
And most of them are okay. Over here there's one that's a bit dopey that we'll take out, I guess.
Yeah, we will. Yep.
It's a bit
Just
rotten.
Chop them out.
Chop them out, and the rest is pretty hard
Yeah.
and a bit of work to do. And this is going to be interesting, this bay window here, because I'm not sure whether we'll replace the whole thing. It's all about money, I guess, at the end of the day.
Well, you can just, depending on how it is, get sashes made up.
Yeah,
Just get
these are
double-glazed
rotten.
sashes, you know.
Yeah, these windows are rotten. They've got to come out.
Yeah, I would expect
Yeah,
so.
no.
Just looking at the rustiness
Yeah,
here.
no, time to replace those.
Yeah, and if the mullions are all okay,
Yep.
you know, then we can just replace it with double glazed sashes.
Mhm.
So that's one way. I mean, there's a join here.
Yeah.
So this piece has been rotten.
Yeah.
So I'm picking that this is possibly rotten.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so they've cut that out and put this in.
Mm.
But it's a case of my hammer, screwdriver, or a small drill bit will tell me what state this is in.
If it's too dopey, we'll just rebuild
Yeah,
it.
that's right. If it is too dopey, then that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
But we can replace bits of it too. We can replace mullions and all that sort of
Yep.
stuff. It's, you know, we'll just pull it apart and see how far we have to pull it apart before we stop.
So while Arbor's putting in my window, I got this here sent to me, and it's from MPI Fish. I hope it's not fish, because it was in my PO box. I don't think it is. And I only check that when I can. I was hunting all weekend and it's been like 4 days. So here's the box here. Don't know who sent it, but thank you. Or maybe it does say who sent it actually. Just says MPI Fish. Gumboot was the email. Thanks, Gumboot. You know who you are, mate. Right, we'll crank this open. I'll tilt the camera so you can see it. My little neck knife that Joel made me, doing a nice job. Because he's hanging around. Going to go through here like that. Hopefully not cut anything inside the box. I think what we're going to find in here is some measuring stuff for, oh yes, fantastic. Check it out. You know what it is, guys? These are rulers for measuring your fish size. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Just take one off here. Very useful, yes it is. So that, I imagine they go up to 75, if I'm right. Yes, that's the one, there we go. And the reason they go up to 75, as I said, is that's the legal length for keeping kingfish. So anything that's under 75, you've got to put back into the water. Very, very helpful. Massive thanks for sending those, mate. Appreciate it very much. And I'm going to hand them out to all the young guys we do take out fishing, just so that they've got something legal. It's useful. Thank you very much. So this little box was sent to Good Bastard. That's what it says on it. And it's not a bad thing to be called, eh? We actually had, well, bad bastard, yeah, been called that before too. No, I haven't actually. I probably am a bad bastard sometimes. So we do actually have a Good Bastards Club. Patrons, we have a certain club, which has been going forever, called the Good Bastards Club, and you might be even in it. Oh, this is a good gift, mate. Check this out, huh? You're gonna love this, mate. You're gonna be jealous. He's gonna be jealous. This is what I need, bro. Check it out. Check it out.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, it says Good Bastard on it. Check that out. Oh, mate.
Whiskey glass.
It's a whiskey glass. Oh, I don't know who it's from. It's got no name anywhere on it. Like, nothing at all. Can you find a name on that? Because I can't, eh? But that's a cool glass, man. Far out. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. That's a Good Bastard. Yeah. Oh, so the C is the club, eh? So it must be Good Bastard Club. The GBS.
Brendan Watson.
Who is it?
Date and centre signature, Brendan Watson.
Oh, Brendan Watson. Oh, you found it. Thank you, Brendan. Good on you, mate. You're a good bastard. Thank you, Brendan Watson. Yeah, isn't that cool,
He could have been a doubly good bastard by sending two. One for me as well.
Oh, here and putting his order in, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I've got some whiskey I'm going to try on that.
Oh, you'll have to have one for Brendan.
Yeah, man. Thanks, bud. Oh, I need to clean my fingernails. I've been in the garden. Excuse dirty fingernails. I shouldn't be doing box openings with dirty fingernails, because some people watch me on the great big screen, and it's like, it's great big dirty fingernails. I've been gardening. Apologies. Actually, no apologies. It's a reality channel, man. It's what it was. But thank you, Brendan. Yeah, bloody good. So currently, mother and son are having a bit of a tussle. Hey, Po. Good boy. Wait for it. Sit. Leave it. Eat up. This young lady, this is Elle, she's just rocked up to my place.
Hey guys.
And we're looking at someone maybe to help look after dogs and do gardening and stuff while I'm away, in return for maybe the house truck or something. And
yeah, sounds good.
I think she's got really good energy and good with the dogs, and she seems to be not too shy on camera. That's what it was a test actually. I said to her, if you come and stay here, there's just one thing you've got to understand is I do a vlog every day for my patrons and my subscribers, and are you okay on camera? So this is the test. You're actually doing really well, because a lot of people find it really hard, eh?
Yeah, okay. Well, lots to learn, I guess.
Yeah. So she may be staying here. I've said to have a think about it, and say I was going to have a think about it, and I'll have a think about it. But it'll be really cool to have someone here can look after dogs when I'm away, because I don't always take all the dogs, and that's the thing that stops me from travelling.
Yeah.
Are you tidy?
Tidy, yep.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
Not every dish is done in the moment, but
Do you make your bed in the morning?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
you got to.
Okay.
That's nice.
Well, these little things are important, because I've had previous people stay here and the place gets messier, and I'm actually really, really messy. I'm not tidy. I've got
I had no idea.
Yeah, you had no idea. she's already sussed me out. Yeah, no, I'm not a tidy person, and if there was another untidy person as bad as me here, it would just be
diabolical.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh well.
okay.
We'll let you know how Al goes. She's going to think about it, and just
Maybe see you soon, guys.
yeah, I thought I'd introduce you, because she may be coming back. I don't know how much you can see as I stand back in the dark, but what this is a painting that Ray Hardcastle did for me. He sent it to me a while ago, and I've kept it wrapped up until today. And the reason I'm unwrapping it now is that I'm going to photograph it for my CD. A CD which has been a long time coming. Some of the songs are over 10 years old that haven't been released. Songs like Sweet As Bro, Ride With Me, If You Poach My Block. There's heaps of songs. There's going to be, I think, close to 20 songs. In fact, there will be, I'm pretty sure, at least 15, more like 20 songs on this album. And that's just off the top of my head. It's a mixture of blues and reggae, and I think people are going to really enjoy this. So I've taken it apart because I wanted to take this off so I could photograph it without the glare. Put it over there. It's an amazing piece of artwork. It really is incredible. It's one of my most prized possessions. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? That's going to be the CD cover. And the CD is going to be called I'm going to call it Blues Nights and Reggae Days, because it's a mixture of blues and reggae. Right, we need to photograph this sucker. Wow. I think I'm going to do different places and take a whole lot and then choose the best one out of it. Right, turn to that. And after that I've done that, I'm going to throw the dogs in the back of the truck and go pick up the boys and take for a hunt. Got 4 boys today on the truck, so it's a wet day, and it's going to be pretty much, we're going to get wet, but boys, pig hunting, good fun. Right, let's film this. I just picked up all the boys. What we're going to do is we're going to do introductions, and what I want each of you guys to do is just imagine you're meeting somebody for, say, a job interview. So when you meet somebody for a job interview, what you do is you look them in the eye and you say who you are, and in this case I want you to say your name, your age, and what you're passionate about. There's 3 things to remember, okay? We'll start off with Spencer. He's done this before. Spencer.
My name's Spencer, 13. I like pig hunting and dirt biking.
Okay. So when you say something, you've got to, what an employer, a future employer looks forward to is they look forward to someone who's confident. So you've got to kind of be a bit more confident when you say stuff. Right, we'll try this fella on the back in the corner, and you guy.
Hello, I'm 13. I like hunting and motorbiking. And my name's Jacob.
Cool, you did pretty well there.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had this guy before in our boot camp.
Hi, my name's Cole. I'm 14 and I like mountain biking and hunting.
Sweet, and this bloke here.
G'day, my name's Bryn. I'm 16 and I love hunting, fishing, and pretty much anything outdoors.
Cool. Well, Bryn's been with us before. Have you stuck a pig before, mate?
Yeah.
Okay, you have in the corner here.
Yeah.
Jacob has. We know you do because you got one last weekend, and Bryn's stuck one with me, haven't you, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we get a pig today, it's yours, and we'll go through that when we get to the scrub. To be honest, guys, this many guys, our chances are pretty slim because we'll be making a lot of noise with all of us, and also it's been raining on and off all day. So if we get hopefully we get a break in the weather, but we'll just give it our best shot. Can only try, eh? Yeah. Currently we're driving down Oliver's Road. My mate Redneck Joe put me on a spot down here, but let's face it, every pig owner and his dog comes down here. It's pretty much a public place in Spooners. And In the back of the truck, Pace is fretting, still trying to chew the grill, and I've got 4 keen young fellas. So we're going to carry on down here and try and find somewhere that looks like it might have a pig. First thing we're going to be looking for is a bit of sign. We're just looking at this bit of native here. The wind's coming straight up. I'm going to make you team leader since you're the oldest. You take a radio, mate. You're on channel 9. Boys have gone up to the head there and there was no scent, so they're coming back in. So there's quite a lot of native bush in here. Going to get down so the dogs can possibly get a bit of wind from closer up. There's been a pig down here. There's a few marks. There's been a pig down here. Dogs are scenting it. Don't know where it is, but just around here they're scenting quite strong. So a pig has walked down here. Although there's no sign of fresh rooting, so it might have just been running through. Some old rooting here. Current status is we're right in the head of that bit of pine on the other side. And we've walked in where nobody would have gone. I'll pan around here. Dogs have gone up what was once a track. There's no fresh sign in here and they're not scenting. But we're just having a good look because you never know. Because one thing sure is nobody's walked in here, eh lads? No boot prints anywhere. So just doing that bit of a walk where no one's gone before can sometimes give you really good results. So we just trekked up here, down this gully there's a truck and given that a little good nudge, but nothing in there. I'm just going to go and check out the spur here, a little rat pack spreading out. It looks like there's been other dogs here. It looks like there's sniffing ground that other dogs have walked on. Although they're not peeing on everything yet, which is a sure sign. That's a good spot for them to be down there. Little bee, going to track out further. Good dog bee. That's what I like to see. Hot dog's had a good look coming back in. Just gave him a wee whistle. Look at old Pace. Man, he's got legs on him for a wee dog. And Poe's just conserving her energy, coming up slowly as she does. We'll Pace and B legged up the hill and the boys at the back. Nice weather for hunting. So the lads just walked past this one, but there's actually probably, I don't know, 50 pounder. He's gone from the road, he's been crossing back and up and down here. So Poe didn't sniff it, so I've just sent her in. I don't think she's going to go far, but it's worth a look. Okay, again the boys are heading down the spur, this cut over, and down there you can see some native. I'm keeping this guy with me. I'm going to walk to the far end, right down there, and the off chance that something comes out. I've got Pace with me and I've got the 14. The hunting I like the most in the forestry is hunting where you get out and you do the walking and cover a lot of ground on foot. Get up, Pace. That way you can sneak about without the pigs hear the truck coming. And I also like splitting up, dividing up, keeping radio comms. It increases your chances if you can split up and have a dog at each end. The guy's pushing along here and we want to go right up into here because there's a bit of a breeze coming this way down. Anyway. Post trying to work out where something is. There's been a lot of pigs around here. Marks, there's also marks of hunters and dogs. But, sooner or later we're going to walk onto something. We've covered a lot of ground with our feet. Shitload of ground. And there's clearly visible signs that pigs have been feeding in here. Look, this rooting's not that old. It's dusted up around there. It's not fresh either. We've had rain today, so. Pigs, into that. Feed a hoo-hoo grubs. Where's the pig, Poe? Where's the pig? There you go straight down to here. So we've all done quite a lot of walking. Been walking for about an hour and a quarter, right down this guts of this gully here. Given it a hell of a good nudge, but nothing at all. Not without lack of trying. Well, boys will be sleeping well tonight because a lot of leg work. So it's just us two. The rest of the boys have fallen behind quite a bit, and we're tracking the dogs. And they've gone down here. They're 150 in front of us. We're on a road, as you can see this road here. But they've gone off the road. Well, we think they have. But right now Garmin's website's been hacked, and it's all out of kilter a bit. And some things aren't working, so I don't know whether they're running down the road and it just looks like that, but we've got to think that they're onto a pig. Don't know, wait and find out soon enough. If they're on a pig, the boys are going to be lucky to see the action because they're falling behind. I think the old legs are getting a bit tired now. How you doing? Good. Yeah, well, good day, wouldn't you? Yeah. Well, we've given it a good nudge. We've walked for 2 hours right through the thick stuff. I was halfway through it and the boys were down the gully and we connected up. And we're back at the truck. I've got the rest of the dogs in the back of the truck. We're going to head further on up the gully. It's 5:20, so it's getting to my favourite time of day. And we'll keep pulling the front till we get there, and then we'll walk down there and give that another nudge and see if we catch something. I want to show you guys this torch I'm using here. Andrew gave this to me from World Sports, so I don't know how much they cost. What's cool about it is it's got a wee thing on the back which tells you push that and it shows you how many. Got 3 bars left, so it gets down rather than just suddenly blinking like some torches do, which always pisses me off. They start blinking. You can actually look at it and check it. It's called Next Torch. There's the name there, and you can get them from Vaughan Sports online, and they're really bloody good. They've got like different settings, but it's actually a really good torch. It's that time of night when I'm sticking it on. I used it the other day when we were hunting with this young fella here and Simon and another bloke, Jody, and I just noticed it's got a really good range. I think I'm going to be using it more than my bed lenser. The window's down because it's fogging up in here. 5 hot bodies.
3.
3?
Yeah.
What do you mean 3 hot bodies?
I'm not hot at home, I'm freezing. Not freezing.
Are you cold?
No. I was when I was out there. What never mind.
Teenage boys, eh? What do you do? It's 6 o'clock at night and everything's blue on my screen, but actually where I'm looking everything's black. It's amazing what these cameras can do. But the boys are down here in this gut here. Probably see the hillsides all bare, but there's a bit of native bush in the bottom. So we're exploring that. And I did have Pace with me, and the idea was if something snuck out, I could let him go, but Pace disappeared, little bastard. So I'm just like watching with hope that the boys get something. This is the best time of night for catching something. The day's done, sun's gone down, and we'll start to move around. Feels later. This guy's shattered. He was falling asleep. You were?
No, I wasn't. I was resting.
Resting.
Like an old person.
Yeah. How are you doing the back there, Jacob?
Good.
You did well, mate. Cole?
Good.
Okay. Bryn?
Yeah, still kicking.
Still kicking, yeah. They did a fair few hardy Ks and we just didn't get onto anything fresh. We didn't even get a bark. Pigs obviously weren't where we were looking, but that's pig hunting. And we're still in the bush, so I'm going to drive back home. And then when I get home, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload my new CD because it's been like 5 or 6 years and everybody keeps asking me for the music and I've just been so lazy, so that's my mission when I get home. And I'm going to use Ray Hardcastle's picture of the pig carrying me out of the bush as the album cover. Anyway, that's us. Hope you enjoyed the clip. Be good. If you can't be good, then do what this fella does. Be
Careful.
Yeah, just careful. See you later.
Oh, cowboys fall harder than they did when they were young, but that won't stop me getting in the ring again. I got well heeled scars from falling too hard, a cup full of tears, but a truck full of loss. There'll be plenty more of them before I pass. So ride with me. roses, true father's garden hoses, and still we called all the man's best friend. She came from the poor side of town, he came from the bloody pound, from the bloody pound. Sweet as bro, everywhere we go, it's sweet as bro. Singing sweet as bro, everywhere we go, it's sweet as bro. Sometimes you're down, you're feeling low, get on the phone and call me bro. I got a fishing pole, I got some bait, you know, I got fuel in the truck, I got a place we can go. Sweet as bro, everywhere we go, it's sweet as bro. Singing sweet as bro, everywhere we go, it's sweet as bro. Rasta bar basta, he's a Rasta bar basta, dreadlock hunter, Rastafarian. He's no vegetarian, he's my son. If you poach my block, I'll kick you in the nuts, knock your teeth down into your guts, then I'll do something really mean. When you poach my block, it wrecks my hair's like catching you with me wife and bed. I'll cut off your nuts and then I'll have to kill you dead. You know the rain on my rooftop, that always makes me feel secure, and you right by my side makes life worthwhile. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She was born in 1991, Toyota Land Cruiser, we have our fun. Well, I knew once a day they're all losers. Love my 1991 Land Cruiser, Toyota Land Cruiser, more grunt than a bucket of spunk. 30 years, she's still going strong. I used to live down by the river, under the Mattawaka Bridge. It got cold in the winter, I was only just a kid. I was waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun to come. I was waiting, waiting for the sun to come. Well, my hen, she won't lay, and my strawberry patch won't give me no jam. Well, my hen, she won't lay, and my strawberry patch won't give me no jam. I got no bacon and eggs, and I sure as hell ain't got me no ham. The rats all ate out corn, and my tractor got stuck in the bog. The rats all ate out corn, and my tractor got stuck in the bog. My frustration's getting high, 'cause that dog still ain't talk.